All right.
Hi.
No, get me out of here already. Oh, damn it. I didn't know it was this. I didn't know it was this person. Oh, not this person. Not this thing. Oh, God, not this thing.
Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us.
What is
So,
that?
I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a
Ah,
can with my face on it. Check out my
wait.
Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay.
This person is not a real person. This person is not a real person. I think that this person is so fucking synthetic. It is crazy. It is crazy the way that this person acts. And you can tell it's an act too. You can tell it's an act. Sometimes you see cracks here and there of a much darker type of person, with their little threats and stuff like that in some videos if you've ever seen them. But this person is not a real fucking person. How can you sit there and how can you sit there and I mean, well, then again, you're making money. You're getting money from all of these people wanting you to promote their stuff. But how can you do that if you don't even I guarantee you this person's never drunk the fucking Bud Light a day in their life. Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Love ya. Okay. Break a leg. Woo!
Fucking creepy, bro. Fucking creepy. Bud Light sales decline. Proof brands need to know their audience before going woke by Charles Gaspario. All right. It may be hard to believe now, but the Budweiser marketing officials who reached out to trans social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney probably thought they had a winner. Let's make this a little bit bigger because I can't see worth shit. Bigger. Bigger. There we go. I can see it. I just don't want to mess up on anything. Woke does sell sometimes. No, it doesn't. Woke never sells because the people who you are marketing to don't consume your product. You know the people who do consume your product? The ones that always end up being the ones that you target to bash. Those are the ones that pay. For example, the Gillette commercial. Remember the Gillette commercial that was saying boys will be boys? And they was bashing on boys as rapists, as not being able to control themselves, as naturally bad, right? Gay people are not walking around using Gillette, right? Feminists are not walking around using Gillette. The people who are using Gillette are the ones who are the butt of the joke, the ones who you are bashing, the ones that you are putting down as these horrible people. You are literally promoting your product to less than probably 7% of your shit. If you are trying to boast your product to less than, I would say, anything under 23% of the people that make up your product, you're doing something wrong. So when you're pushing out a product like this and you're bashing everybody, the woke are never the ones who are watching movies or anything like this. They're the ones, the people who are paying for this stuff are the ones who overlook, right? We call them casuals or whatever like this. The people who don't know no better, the people who don't take a stand, don't stand up for themselves, or they don't want to be politically involved in anything. The fence sitters. Shout out to my man Tim Pool. Anyway. Nike's ad featuring the controversial one knee icon Colin Kaepernick was a killer. Sales of the sneaker soared in its aftermath. And when it doesn't, really? Nike did good? Okay. And when it doesn't, well, just days after the American public was subjected to the spectacle of a trans woman in a bubble bath sipping a beer, the stock of Budweiser's parent, Anheuser-Busch, recovered from his initial nosedive as if nothing happened. No harm, no foul. But something did happen, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good for Bud. According to the latest sales figures, beer drinkers, like many Americans, who are a pretty conservative bunch, and they're running away from Bud faster than Joe Biden from reporters. Data from the Bears industry info guru, Bears Marketer Insight, show that the decline in sales for Bud Light, the barrel Mulvaney was sipping semi-nude in the bathtub, is accelerating down 17% nationwide through the week ending in April 15th. The Bud Light continues to lose market share to competitors now 3 weeks from the airing of the Mulvaney ad. God damn. And yeah, if I remember correctly, they hired some millennial, some young person who was basically saying that Bud Light's not doing well, which that was a lie. It was doing perfectly fine. You could always do a little bit better, right? That should be your goal instead of, oh, we're gonna make a radical change, because you don't know what'll happen making that radical change unless you're all in. They went all in with Dylan Mulvaney. No one asked for it, and apparently now the higher ups are saying that they didn't know that this was gonna happen. And so now she has a leave of absence, so she might secretly come back in. But as of right now, they want to remove her from the picture whatsoever to recover. And it's like, why did you guys do that? And they do this in all forms of media. They do this even in video games. In video games, for example, my little specialties, right? That's not even a word. Specialty. Why am I saying specialties? Is that a word? That's not a word. All right. My area, right? My special area of interest. Uh, let's say fighting games, right? A fighting game is supposed to be about fighting. It's supposed to be something that, it's already niche, right? You can get more people to play it, right? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Get people interested, but instead they go the radical approach and make it easier, make it dumber, make it more simple. So now people who you're getting into the game end up being casuals, right? You start to see skill becoming degraded, right? And this is the problem, is that it's like it shouldn't be that way. Don't go so far in another direction that you lose purpose in what the core of whatever it was that you were doing. Don't lose sight of that. And they do it all the time. Movies as well. You know? You see Star Wars. What happened with Star Wars? They hired a woman who basically said the force is female and all this other crazy shit. And then they basically were making movies not for people who love Star Wars, but for people who don't give a shit about Star Wars. And they showed it. They injected their ideology, their politics into it, and now look at Star Wars. It's a laughing stock. Bud was the brainchild of the famed beer maker Adolphus Busch and his St. Louis-based company ANHEUSER-Busch. It was created nearly 2 centuries ago and came to symbolize American values through its iconic commercials like the Sizdels. I don't know if I said that right. About 15 years ago, a Belgian-Brazilian outfit and InBev snapped it up with the assistance of a private equity firm known as 3G. And that's about where you can trace Bud's decline. Okay. All right. It's now a company whose plumbing has been decimated by cost cutting by the newish owners with fading brands they have failed to support and modernize. Beer wholesalers tell me management's main concern was never about looking for creative ways to keep Bud's loyal customers while appealing to millennials and Gen Zers. It's about cutting costs to meet earning targets, which is why no one's appeared too concerned about the Dylan Mulvaney spot featured on buzz generating social media until it went viral. That's what happened. Again, lost touch of what the core thing is, that whatever that you're doing, right? It would be one thing if this balance sheet obsession worked, but it's failed miserably. AB's gross profits have slid from 33 billion in 2018 to 31 billion in 2022. And that's even with what I'm told is the manic cost cutting imposed by the company's private equity owners. Its shares dropped more than 30% during that 5-year period and is likely to get worse from here. Yes, I know. AB put on leave some of his marketing geniuses who were presumably behind the Mulvaney catastrophe. And the new crew is running some throwback ads with horses, American flags, and sweeping landscapes of the heartland. Yeah, so they pushed out an ad afterwards, and they just put like the most generic shit of like cars, dirt roads, horse, American flag. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody's buying that shit. But the hole that management dug itself into by ignoring a product that needed to be fed and nourished looks insurmountable now. Because the geniuses there misled their audience and maybe the shifting attitudes of the American consumer. Yes, Nike had success with Kaepernick, but consider that Nike's brand was counterculture to start. That ad came out in 2018. foreshadowing the expansion of wokeism through the culture in entertainment, sport, and advertising. That is fucking terrifying. That is terrifying. That is fucking terrifying. That is terrifying. If there was ever a picture that screams woman face, oh shit. What are people gonna think in the future when they see this? Oh, that's frightening. There's a good case to be made that the American public have had enough of Hey, yo, what? Proselytizing? Nike succeeded, but NFL attendance and TV ratings sunk after Kaepernick one knee stunt during the national anthem. It recovered when the owners told the players to knock it off. Bro, Nike succeeded. Nike didn't fucking succeed. What it is you have your fucking casuals, your BLM supporters, right? All these goddamn white people, and I'm not gonna. I hate doing this, right? But all your fucking stupid white people that they don't want to be political, but yeah, they can see how black people can't get ahead because they have a semi-decent life, right? So they look at little fucking Tyrone and Jerome and all these other fucking idiots in the background sitting there talking about they need reparations and they can't get ahead in life because of their goddamn shortcomings and the bullshit that they do. And they scream at white people who go, you know what? Maybe I should help them because I'm a good person. Sure, they did have a hard time 200 years ago. Take my money because I believe in the cause. The grift is real. The grift is real. Then again, how much did Black Lives Matter make in those years? Those 3, 4 years? Wasn't it like 70 million or some crazy shit like that? Probably even higher. I think billions, right? Disney realized Disney realized same-sex kissing scenes in movies are a hard sell to most Americans. Sure, because the last thing you want to show an adult who's raising children is homosexual or LGBT scenes between characters when they're trying just to have their kid have a good time. And now their kid is asking them, "Oh, is it okay for your son to come and be like, hey, why are they kids?" First off, kids will be disgusted in that in the first place. It's not a safe bet. It's not a normal thing either. So having a kid see two dudes kissing, the hero of the story have two moms, the kid's gonna be like, hey. I mean, if it doesn't go over their head, but when it doesn't, and kids are sponges, they're gonna look at that and be like, hey, what's this about? What's this? Daddy, why is Buzz Lightyear getting? Was it Buzz Lightyear the first one that people caught on and they were not with it and that shit flopped? It was like, hey, Dad, why is Buzz Lightyear's getting digged down by Woody? I'm sorry. I can make a good case that its decline in profits while it picked losing battles with the Florida governor over a law that prevents schools from teaching sex to toddlers contributed to its taint. Its brand taint and its latest string of cost-cutting layoffs just about on Monday. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Disney was doing some crazy shit, and they tried to fucking sit there and flex, and DeSantis put them in their goddamn place. Yeah. The lesson here is know your audience. When you preach to them rather than reach out to them, they won't always forgive or forget. Absolutely, absolutely. Even think about my channel. My channel, right? The things that I talk to, I will never back down from the way that I am. You won't see me radically change because it's something that suits me. This is the reason why I say the left and the right can both get it because they're both stupid when they do things. Naturally, but I'm not a fucking fence sitter. If something bothers me, you're gonna know it fucking bothers me. And I will never betray that. Ever. So yeah, I know my core audience. My core audience is the people with common sense in a world that's not so common. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. If you liked my video, by all means, share it, talk to it, discuss it, all that good stuff. If there's anything that you guys would like me to cover, leave it in the comments. I will catch you next time. Peace.